Hello, everybody. This is Grace. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is January 30th, and I am coming to you live as one of the creators in the Craft Round the Clock group. So, welcome if you're here from Facebook. Welcome if you're here from YouTube. Welcome if you're here from the Craft Round the Clock group. I would love it if you'd say hello in the comments. I'm watching for comments. Sometimes when I go live here on StreamYard, which allows me to use both cameras, which is very nice. Sometimes when I use StreamYard, we have a little bit of a startup problem with the sound. So can everybody hear me? Hey, Camille, welcome. Hello, Anne in North Carolina. I'm going to grab a chair here. Make sure that you let me know that you can hear me. That would be fantastic. And if you're here and you don't know where the heck you are, you have landed on the Comfy Desk with Grace page. I'm going to be doing some junk journal salvaging. We're going to salvage a journal that has gone wrong. It has broken. I made a big boo-boo, and we're gonna salvage it because it's turning out so pretty, and I don't want to lose it, right? Good morning, Kimberly. Hey, Maureen. Tamara's here. Text BFF. Good morning. Good, Lavina, you're a rock star girl. Thanks for telling me you could hear me just fine. I appreciate you. Hey, Teresa. Hello, Rita. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so let me get you on the table cam. And what we're going to do is we're going to salvage today. We're going to salvage a junk journal. That's what we're doing today. And I'm going to show you this journal that has gone awry. Let me show it to you. So pretty little journal, turning out so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm just in love with this little cluster in the front. And so it's a little journal. It's little. This was meant to be the cover. And I hadn't quite finished, but here are some of the insides, the signatures, right? But I had already started decorating before I started to sew these into the book. And here's actually 2 more pages that I had created. And what happened was, I'll show you here. This is, let's see. Look at all this stuff I have created, pockets and like just really pretty coordinated pages. But here's what happened when I went to sew it into the cover. My holes went all awry. I tried to use a hole punch, which I almost never do. This is probably why I should just stick with my my pokey tool instead of a hole punch. So I tried to use the hole punch, and my holes were like really off center and not working right. So I don't want to lose all this stuff. So we're going to create we're going to put these on new pages. We're going to see how this is going to work out. We're going to put these on new pages. And we are going to redo the cover because, like you can see, my holes were just really wonky. They just really got goofed up. So anyway, this is what we're doing today. If you are a junk journaler, if you love to paper craft or art journal, please let me know in the comments. If you've never done these things and it's your first introduction to them, let me know that too. I love to hear from you. I love to hear where you're coming from as a crafty chick and what kinds of experiences you have with the kinds of crafting that I do. And I love to make connections. So welcome. Easy fix, Amber says. Oh, Amber, come on over and help me, girl. Hey, Missy, hello. I hope you enjoyed the beach yesterday. The teacup, so cute. That is a napkin, Anne. That is one of the napkins that I have. Let's see. I got to get you on the right camera here. That is one of the napkins that I sold in a bundle on the website. Isn't it cute? Just so darling. Really, really cute. Okay. Hello, Anne-Marie. Hey, Tracy. Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting me all hooked up in the Craft Round the Clock group. You guys, the Craft Round the Clock group, let me just say real quick. If you are not a member, I'm a hostess in the group. There are probably, I don't know, maybe 100 hostesses. I'm not sure. 100 creative people who share creative lives. Every 45 minutes, someone comes new in the group. It's a free group here on Facebook that you can join. And I gave you the link in the description. If you're not yet a member, join because you can hang out in there on a day when you're looking for some creative inspiration and meet new creators and different kinds of crafts and things like that. So it's a fantastic group and I'm really happy to be part of it. Missy says, I love Craft Round the Clock. Girl, I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, seriously, what's not to love? It's free. You get free content. You get to meet new creative business owners and other creatives, just, people who are in the group and get fellowship from them. I got my hair did. I just blow dried it, you guys. Missy, you're so cute. much for noticing. Oh, Amber says, I wish I was closer. I would so come over. Oh, girl, help me out. So I'm not even sure actually where to start. I think what I'll do is we're going to start with figuring out like this, even though it's double-sided, I would have no problem gluing this onto another. I need pages that are like this, where they're a double spread so I can sew them into the book, right? So that I wouldn't mind losing the back if I had to. It's like just a piece of coffee dyed paper that was meant to be decorated. So same thing with that. That could be, you know, I don't mind losing a side. Here on this one, oh, this has no holes in it yet. So this one is okay. We're going to put that aside. I think this whole bunch we hadn't poked holes in. I think, yeah. So these are all okay. I'm going to put them off to the side. Those don't need to be salvaged. But this here, this whole set needs to be salvaged. And here's the dealio. This is paper that I made with my jelly print, which I find very interesting. Like I love interesting textures and different looks in here. And this side was blank and I simply glued on decorative papers, but we do have a little pocket here and I do love this. We have a pocket on this side. Oh, darn. So the only thing I could think to do with this is to cut it in half. What if I hinged this in the book and it's still a double-sided, but I'm going to hinge it with some washi tape. I think that's what I'll do with that. And this one, we might have to do the same thing. Or perhaps I could mend this middle section. That would be another way to do this. All right, let's put that to the side. Not worry about it right now. What I do need to do is get some blank, like solid papers that I can work with on the inside of this book. And this paper came from this paper pack that my sister sent me. It's like a Walmart paper pack. And see how it's just like neutral browns and tans. And I think we could easily pick a page out of here. There's that same exact page. We could pick a page out of here to use. Let's pick this one just because I don't think I've used it yet. We're going to create a base page with this. So I've already grabbed my measurements just so I wouldn't be off there, and I wrote them down over here. So I need this to be 6.5 by 9 inches. Okay, so we're going to cut this 6.5 by 9 inches. Let me check the comments so we can chit chat. Hey, there's my new friend, Heather. If you guys don't know Heather from Velvet and Vines Designs, she is going to be our guest today in the Craft Therapy Club, my paid membership group. And she does a lot of gorgeous work with florals and wreaths. And she is going to, I don't do any of that, friends. Believe you me when I say that is not something I'm good at. I've tried and I just don't have it, but Heather does. So she's going to come in to my group today and she's going to be a guest creator and crafter, and she's going to teach us some things. She's going to teach us some tips and tricks about doing that and doing it well. We can take advice from her because she knows. So if you don't follow her page, she is on Pinterest weekly live, I understand. And she also is now here on Facebook Live. She has an Etsy store. She's fantastic. She's just a sweetheart. So follow her if you can. There's the name of her business. You can look for her beautiful face when you get to her page. Katana, I'm doing great. How are you, my friend? Selena, thanks for sprinkling. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you so much. I mean, she shared, and it really helps creative business owners like myself meet new people. So thank you for doing that. Hi, Renee in Arizona. Good morning, Carla. Okay, let's see if I got this right. It should be the same size or just about as that. Now, with that being another page in the book, let's just take this one thing at a time. See, like I could just glue this on here. Or what if I hinged this in here, right? That's what I think I'm going to do. And these other things, we're going to figure out what, girls, we are not going to lose them. I'll tell you that much. We're going to find ways to use this stuff. So let's see. This, I can't, it's a little, just a tish longer than this, and I can't lose the top, but I don't mind losing just a smidgen of the bottom. So let's cut just a sliver off the bottom here, and that can get glued in. I'm tempted to get out some paints or inks or something and put something decorative on the inside of this paper because it's so bland. It's just white cardstock. This here. Now, mind you, like that was just white cardstock to start, and I didn't do anything with the back of that. But for some reason, I'm feeling like I'm not sure that I like that just floating there by itself. Although maybe we could put some lace or something on the page. That's what we'll do. I'm gonna glue it down, and I'm gonna smush it over just a little bit to the left so that I can do something more decorative over here. Look at you guys. We were talking about this in the craft, I think in the craft therapy club the other day. I was like, you remember that Xyron thing that you can make stickers out of? Why am I not using this more often? It's so brilliant. And it comes, this is the big one. It comes in a small one. And I said, the reason why I'm not using it is because it was stowed away. Look at, so now this becomes a big old sticker, and I didn't even have to get out my glue stick or nothing. It's just all ready to go. I'm going to stand up because I can't see if I'm even or not. I'm going to go a little bit to the left. Yes, you are, Grace. Well, now you're committed. A little bit to the left. Committed and wonky. Would you leave it to me? Leave it to me, girls. Listen, ain't nothing going to hold me down. I have more fun playing with paper crafts and making these books. It just is such a joy for me. They're small projects. They're manageable. When I'm done, you know, for the night, or I want to move on to something new because I just need a fresh perspective, I'll gather all my papers and I put them in like these plastic bins. And that is that project. So any of the papers and embellishments I was using for that book, they all go in a plastic bin so it stays organized. And then I stow them up on the shelf. I'll show you my shelf. Let me see if I can turn you around. See that shelf right there? Those plastic bins, they're 12 by 12 plastic bins, and my papers and my books fit perfectly in there. And it's how I organize if I have multiple projects going at a time. So there's a little hint for you. They are in my Amazon store. I think I bought 3. They come in like packs of 5 or 6, and I think I bought 3 of them, and it's been so helpful to keep me organized. Yes. Anne says Lisa chiffon would be beautiful with the teacups. Yes, we're going to find something, my friend. We're going to find something. There's Mary saying, hello. Good morning, Mary. Welcome here. So glad you made it. Okay. Oh, of course. Heather says, very sweet of you to pump me up. Girlfriend, I'm lifting you. We got to lift each other, right? That's the way to do it. Okay. I was thinking, where's that page that we were going to? We're going to hinge this in here. And actually, if I hinge this in here, we're going to have a band of washi tape right here, which is all well and good. So the important thing is, do I need to cut this down a little bit? Let's see if I put these flush with each other. No, I think if I go right there, that will hinge just perfectly. And can I close it? No, I can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. But look at, see, it would budge out a little bit. So you have to just decide, will that little budge of that underpage mess you up, or are you good with that? I'm good with it because that's the way I roll. But if you wanted it to be absolutely flush, you would want to take a sliver off here. I'm not going to do that. We're going to find a pretty washi tape. They're all up here on the wall. That's what I'm looking at. You see? They're my washi tapes. Okay, I'm going to grab a pretty washi tape that I can put in there. And they're all repositionable. None of them stick real great. Like, they're meant to be decorative and repositionable. This one is super pretty. Oh, stretch. Can I reach it? I got it. Okay. Let me get you on the table cam so you can see this even bigger. They're meant to be repositionable. So what I need to do when I use them in my books is I use some of my permanent glue stick on the back to make sure that it doesn't reposition. We want it to be permanent, especially because here I'm going to be using it as a binding to hold that together. So you know how it goes with tapes. And these tapes are like almost, some of them are almost translucent. They're so thin, which makes them beautiful for working with in books, but sometimes a challenge to get started. Okay, there we are. I'm going to cut this as straight as I can with my eyeball. Cut that off. And then this is going to go here. I just need a piece long enough. I'm going to go a little bit longer just so I have something to work with here. And I can cut off the edge when I'm ready. We got to get some glue on here. I cannot just stick it down. It will not stay. So we're going to go like this. And what I usually do is take my big, wide Scotch Brite glue stick in my Amazon store too. And I usually just run it. This is, I think, the fastest way to do this. I run it along the edge of my glue stick to get it nice and sticky and ready to go. And this is a wide tape. So I'm actually going to go down the other side quick because we didn't get both sides. The tape is wider than the tip of the glue. You could use a liquid glue too. You don't have to use that, but that's what I'm using. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line this up so I have my marks on my board are going to help me place my tape straight because I've been known to be wonky. So I'm going to watch this edge with the line up here and make sure that I'm straight. I could also line it up with this line right here. Oh, don't get my insert in there. That would have been wacky. All right, we're going to see if we can salvage some of these pages. That's the goal for the day. So I'm sticking this on, and all I want to do really is get it on this piece of paper. So I'm not sticking it to the board. And then I'm going to take this. We're going to line this up. And now I'm going to stick this strongly here. And actually, we could wrap, if you wanted to, you could wrap this tape. If it's something you like the look, you think that's pretty, or you can just cut it off. I'm going to go with the cut off method. And that will make my scissors nice and sticky because, you know, there's glue all over them. So don't forget, if this is your process, if this is what you're doing, especially with your good scissors, you guys, I don't really, almost for the most part, I don't really differentiate one pair of scissors from the next, but I think I should start because I'm finding that all my scissors are dull, and I know it's because I don't get worked up over switching them out for fabric versus paper. And I know so many. Do you do that? I know a lot of people do. So tell me in the comments, are you one to switch out your scissors? Do you have a special pair of scissors for one kind of crafting? And if you do, what kind? Like, which ones are the ones that say don't touch those scissors if your life depends on it? I know as a quilter, that was something that fabric, you know, anybody who cuts with fabric has a special pair of scissors. So I know quilters do that because I used to quilt. Look at, we just saved that. We're hinging it in. We got some pink and some gold floral washi tape there, which complements what I got going on over here. So that has been salvaged. I can decorate this later. You know, we could glue on a piece of, we'll figure that out later, but at least I got that part salvaged. And you may consider putting another piece of washi tape here just to really make sure that it's held in. Now I'm looking at this. There's some polka dots on here and they're teal. I don't have teal polka dots, but I have gold tape with polka dots and I have white tape with polka dots. That would be cute, right? Let's get a smidgen of this. A smidgen of this, a dot of that. I'm going to cut it a little big. Oh, wait, it looks like I got some paint or, oh no, maybe that's tape. Look, I got something blue on there. Listen, girls, waste not, want not. It's going in the book. I love, you guys, I love books that are really like unique and wonky and not perfect. That is totally my jam. First of all, perfection takes all the joy out of creating for me because I feel like this obsessive compulsive about things being perfectly straight or being perfectly aligned or perfectly colored. And I've just gotten over it. I, over the years, have trained my brain to remember that this is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. And this is what my craft therapy club is all about. My private membership, where Heather will be a guest today. My private membership is all about that. Like, create for the sake of the fun of creating, for the joy of creating, without any stress over anything being perfect or any expectations from it. Now, if you are selling your things, you may have a different approach to that, right? If you're selling a sign that you've made or a wall hanging or a quilt, you may look at that a little differently. But for me, I don't get real worked up. I'm creating for the joy of creating and for myself, and to encourage all of you to do the same. So I try not to get too worked up about perfectionism. I'll be your model imperfect person. Let me be your model. I could be, I'm the spokesman for imperfection. Isn't that funny? I should get a t-shirt that says that. All right. Cute, right? It's just a little bit of white and gold washi tape. It's translucent. So really all you see are the gold dots, actually. And we just salvaged that 2 pages. So that's fantastic. This will end up, this is ready to be sewn into the whole signature. So I'm going to stick this with the others. And you get to decide, because this either you're going to poke some holes in here to sew this in, and you're going to get to decide later, or I will, where to put that flap. But that one has been salvaged. Yay! Go girls, we did one. So this can be done. Thanks for sharing the love, Joyce. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you for that. Hello, Janine. Hey, Denise, I see you. Welcome, ladies. All right, let me get caught up with some comments here. Hey, Holly. Ann says, perfect. Perfect. It's good, right? We got this. All right, let's see. These are the other pages that we want to salvage. Now, like, see, here's some of that this same paper. So wouldn't that be fun to have somewhere else in the book? Like, let's not lose it. What if I put it over here? What's on the other side of this? That could be lost in the shuffle. I don't mind. What if I cut this down? I could make this a side tuck. That would be kind of cool. And actually, because I'm a little bit this way, let's see, is this the same exact height? It is not. It needs a sliver taken off. But you see the jagged edge and the holes, the mistaken holes from before. To me, this is a journal. It's a journey of creativity for myself. And this would stand as a reminder of having fixed pages. So to me, that is like a little piece of history that we're going to keep in this book. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to make this into a pocket, but I'm going to keep that. I'm going to cut a sliver off here. I don't measure because it's just not me. I just don't. Measuring bugs me. It takes the fun out of it. I don't want to deal with fractions. I don't want to deal with perfect. I just want to play with my stuff. Okay. So I eyeball this and it's perfectly aligned, like it's the perfect size to be a pocket, but it's too big. So if I want it to be a pocket like this one is, I put a little piece of scrap paper so you could see it, like a little pocket, a little side tuck spot. I need it to be narrower. So I'm going to cut a portion of this off, and it actually would be fun if I could cut a portion in a size enough that I could also make this a pocket, perhaps. So we'll put that to the side. Probably can reuse that too. But then this can become a pocket right here. And oh gosh, this is not even on purpose, but orange little colors in the butterfly. And this is like a really deep orange too. So this can become a little pocket right here. And maybe I can stick something butterfly related in there. Yay, that's going to work. Success number 2. All right, let's get it in there. Let's move our other pages aside. This one still needs to be salvaged. This one is the one we're working on. You guys, you can totally see I'm an absolute mess when I create. I'm all over the place, and I don't put any pressure on myself because I just don't want to. Thanks, Holly. RJ says I want to make my own rice paper. Yay, good for you. That sounds exciting. I use a lot of rice paper. So I buy a lot of rice paper. We're going to go this way. So I'm trying to get a good feel for what I need to do here. I'm only going to put glue on 3 sides. But RJ is looking to make her own rice paper. That's ambitious, girl. Get it. Get it, RJ. Go, RJ. You could do it. Yeah, I love that, Gia. Look at Gia's comments. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Oh, that's so cute. Hi, Sheila. How are you? She's here from Sweetie's Creations. Oh, I love when my crafty sisters from Craft Around the Clock and my friends come on. You guys, if they're here and you want to follow them, please make sure you click on their name and hit that follow button so that you can follow. Look, we got a little pocket here. So obviously this needs to dry. And when we're ready to do more decorating, after we've got this all put together, I will find something. Oh, that is kind of fun because it's just the opposite. Here on the top, we have the jelly print paper that I made. And here it's underneath. And they're just like one right after the other. That is super cool to me. I'm thrilled with the way that turned out. I'm not going to stick anything in here just yet. Just a tip for you. There's no oozing glue, so I can close this and leave it, but I do really need that glue that's under the paper to dry and settle. So I would definitely not put anything in here until that is completely dry, because you don't want this getting stuck on some wet glue in there, and then you won't be able to get it out. Okay, Gia's comment, I put it up because it's fantastic. She says, I say I'm no perfectionist, I'm a good enoughist. And I love that, Gia. I love that. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? How are you? Jeannie is here from Clifton's Crafty Casa. There's another creative, fantastic lady you can follow. Oh, Lori, you're catching me live. Isn't it fun? I'm so glad to share this stuff with you, you guys. Okay, here is one. Oh, you guys, this breaks my heart because I love this whole assortment. This is a little tuck spot. Oh, here, that's a little tuck spot. This was supposed to be stationary, but it came up. So let's get some glue. I love this whole, these whole couple of pages. I like them just the way they are, you guys. I don't really want to mess with them. I don't want to separate them. Well, they will be separated in the book, of course, but I really love this just the way it is. So my instinct, and these guys are a little bit close. These boys are a little bit close to the edge here, but my instinct is to do the washi tape thing again. Let's see if we can get them up. Can I pick them up without damaging anything? If I used my heat it tool, I probably could get the glue. Let's see if I can even get under them. Nope, I really glued this down good, girls. Nope, they're not coming up. There's no way. I must have used the permanent art glitter glue. Did its job. Okay, that's all right. I think I could still do this with a piece of washi tape. Or you could just use like a regular piece of paper to cover that middle. You know, this might be too thick for that, but it would be cool. Do you see that? I had a doily in there. I was coffee dyeing papers, and there was a doily in with this paper, and it gave me the shape of the doily on there. Isn't that cool? I think it was a heart doily, as a matter of fact. All right, if I don't, let's get the bits and bobs out. What if I used like a piece of book paper? And these are coffee filters. We could collage some coffee filters. The possibilities are endless. If I just took, is this long enough, these pages? Oh my gosh, it is long enough. But I could use this to cover that up instead of washi tape. It would just be a little different, wouldn't it? Let's rip this quick. Whoops. A little wonky. Oh, I got a little tuck spot here. Thankfully, it's open all the way to the bottom, so I could tuck this underneath here. And it wouldn't have to go all the way to the edge, because the part that's messed up is the little hole here. And that's, you know, toward the middle of the page. I feel like I would need, if I do this, I would really want it to be the tape or the glue to be really strong. Oh, I don't know, you guys. I'm just worried. Look at, with as many holes that are there, like this is a double hole down here and here. That's how goofed up this got. With the double hole, this section where I'd be putting another hole is so weak that actually, I think I'm going to have to tear them apart, folks. As much as I don't want to. I'm just afraid that if I left them the way they are, that section is going to be so weak structurally, it's not going to stay together, even if I tape it, even if I use paper, even if I use strong glue. So we got to do that. We got to separate them. Stinkers. Okay, it was a nice thought. Anyway, all right, we need another piece of paper, like a foundation paper, to put this on. So let's go back to our pad. And actually, I pulled out, I have this like just regular cardstock, and it is colored on both sides. So maybe we should just use a piece of this. This is just, I think from Hobby Lobby. It's nothing like, oh, we don't have any pink paper. Maybe I should use that. It's nothing fancy. It's just 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and they come in a variety. You know, the pack comes with a few of each color, but all the colors coordinate, which is lovely. So that's what I'm going to use because it is double. It has color on both sides, which is nice. Okay, it needs to be 6.5 by 9. Now, the reason I did not cut a bunch of 6.5 by 9s out all at once is because I don't know how many I need. So I would rather wait until I know so that I don't have random 6.5 by 9 pieces of paper out there. All right. It's perfect, Amber says. Yeah, binding tape, it might help, but Amber, I'm just so surprised. I'm just so weary of it coming apart later. Well, I better get, wow, it is hard for me to see this color, you guys. It's hard to see if I'm lined up or not. I've got to trust me, my instincts here. Okay, so this gives us just another page that we can, we're going to have to hinge again because I do not want to lose either one of these sides, you guys. I don't want to lose them. They're just so pretty, right? So let's do it. We're going to do the washi tape here. And the foil tapes tend to be stronger generally. And I have this one that I love so much. It has foil and it's like brown florals. Isn't that pretty? So let's use this one here. I get my washi tapes now from the washi tape shop because, guys, I'm going to go exact with the size on this one. Am I going to try? Because they have a lot of their tapes have backings, so that makes it really nice and easy to work with. It's like a big sticker. They have a lot of foils. They have a lot of coordinated sets. That's why I roped them together. If they came together and they're coordinating set, I keep them together on a rope. That helps me keep track of my tapes and what coordinates together. Now this one is a little bit short. When I line these up here, I'm a little bit short here, but I think that it would even be okay if I left it like that because the tape will cover it, but I'm going to smush it together. So it will be a little short here and we'll see actually a little pink peeking through, which I actually like. That's not a bad thing. If you love that washi tape, RJ, I do too. Can you give the name, link, or store where you get that feathered ruler and folded paper cutter? Okay, the folded paper cutter is in my Amazon store. It's in my Amazon store. Thank you for blessing Vanessa, Stephanie. I appreciate you, my crafty chick friend. And the ruler, the tear ruler, you can buy them on Amazon, actually. But we made those in my membership club, the Napkin Lovers Club. I sent them in their box, a plastic ruler, and I showed them how to make their own ripped edge, torn edge rulers. So I don't have a link to that, Carla, in my Amazon store, but you can absolutely go to my Amazon store. You'll find the cutter that I'm using. And then you can also find a variety of tear rulers. The reason I make them is because they're so expensive to buy. And it's not expensive to buy a ruler or two, like from the Dollar Tree or something, and then use those to make a variety of different configurations here. Like if you want the tear part to be really steep, like deep, or if you want it to be really like less deep, like less intense. Okay, this is pretty, especially with the pink. I like the brown and the pink together. I said I was going to go right on the money, and I wasn't quite right on the money. I was a little bit off. All right, let's make sure our folds work. We're salvaging this here. And I could put a piece of tape here too. Maybe it would be fun to do that. That's what I'm going to do. So instead of washi tape, let's just use this book page, except it's a little bit too clean. I'm going to grab, do I have any pink? I don't have that soft pink. I always go brown, but it would be fun to do soft pink just for like a change, but of course I don't have one. So I guess we're going with the brown. we're going to muck this up a little bit. So just a little bit too perfect. So let's get in here. This has, actually this pad has a little bit of green on it from my past projects. Again, I don't get worked up about perfection. I'm going to use what we got. Tamara says, I loved your comments, you guys. You're so fun. I loved making my ruler in the Napkin Lovers Club. Yeah, it's kind of empowering to know you can just like figure this stuff out. You guys can have some help from me, coach you through it. And some of you had to do it a couple of times to get it right. But I'm telling you, even doing it a couple of times and buying your ruler like at Walmart or at the Dollar Tree or something like that, it's still cheaper than buying a torn-edge ruler. They're just expensive. I don't know why. I think it's silly, but that's what it is. You're welcome, Carla. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for blessing the nest, Miss Stephanie. You guys are the bomb. All right, this is going to go here. I think this is going to be interesting. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And really, I just need the glue in the very center. This is a nice, it's like a 1 inch. Is it 1 inch? It's totally 1 inch. So that would be plenty, even if the edges weren't completely glued down. So I'm okay with just doing it that way. Scooch you over for a minute, pretty little ribbon. Then we're going to stick this in the middle. Now, is that not interesting or what? My little chiffon. All right, we got to reestablish this fold here. And then we salvaged another section. All right, there we go. Now this, again, want to make sure this is dry before I really close this. So I'm going to leave it open like this and put it aside. Okay, what do we have left? We have this guy. Now, here's the only thing. We're getting a lot of pages here. Let's see if there's somewhere else where I can hinge this, because we have 1, 2, and these are kind of thick pages too, because, well, that one has a hinge. We've got extra pages glued on top of them. So it makes the bulk of the signature, the collection of pages, thicker, because we have all these little pockets and things. But so let me just check, how thick are we going to be if we keep using all of these pages in a collection? Now this one, I don't know why, I'm not sure why I had them in here, you guys, but I do love the gold. I'm going to put that one aside, given the fact that we have these extra pages to put in here. We have this one we just did, and this one has a hinge, and we have the other one that has a hinge. So it's getting pretty thick, actually. I better find a place to put this. There's a pocket on each side. No, just a pocket on one side. I better find a place to put this where I'm not adding more pages, because I'm afraid it's just getting too thick. They're both on the, I was gonna say, if I could cut it, I could use half and half, but they're both on the same side. I guess I would rather keep the boys. I really don't feel like I can hinge another one in here. It's just going to get too thick. Although this was the original cover. I'm going to do this same thing. Maybe I could cut this and it could go in one of these folders. That's what we'll do with it. We'll make it like a journal spot, a place where someone could write and journal. And it will be like, we'll make it into a tag of some sort for the cover. So that one we can leave out, actually. All right. Well, that makes it easy. This one, I think I'm just going to put this in my paper pack, like my scrap papers, and not worry about it. I'm not going to feel like I need to salvage that. Wonderful options to fix those pages and to keep all of them. Oh, and they're just too pretty, right? We hate to lose them. Living a heartful life. Well, hello, Sue. Thanks for being here and checking out my page and hanging out with us for a while. Okay, so now let's go to the cover, because we're going to give these a few more minutes to dry. I have already prepared my cover. So you guys, this is a 12-inch piece of decorative paper, and it is double-sided. That's what I started from. It's actually the same exact paper that I used. Oh, that cluster. I don't want to lose that, to create the cover in the first place. Now, when I first created the cover, I created it with a flap because I thought that would be interesting. This one's not going to have a flap. We're going to ease it up. I've already made my folds. That will be the inside part. And this is where I think this could be made into a tuckable journal card, right? We could just use that and tuck it in one of these pockets and can be a journal card. I love that. That's what we're going to do with that. So that will get salvaged as well. So this is going to be like this, and I'm going to do no flap. See this extra inch of paper? I made it into a flap. So because I'm not going to use a flap, look how much wider. See the difference? It's like an inch wider this way, which is totally fine for me because I have a really fun plan for these edges. So this is the way it's going to go. I simply need to, you could sew. I'm not going to get to my sewing machine right now, although you guys do know I set up my sewing machine. It's right next to me on another table. I just got to figure out a way to get that on camera when I'm live so I can show you, so, you know, incorporating your sewing machine into this stuff. But because I don't have that option right now, we better just glue this down. What I'm going to do is only glue these edges, this edge and this edge. Just going to get glued down. And you probably will have a little bit of oozing glue. So I'm going to take like a piece of scrap paper, put it under here. I'm going to push into this. If there's anything that oozes out, you want to make sure you wipe it off with a towel or a rag or something like that. Okay, I have something really fun planned for these edges. Okay, so see where we're going with this? This will be the book. I will glue. This will get glued, or I may sew it down. Maybe I'll do, because we're almost out of time here. I have until noon. So this will be a project that I'll keep working on. And I try to do those on lives on the page so that you guys can follow along with these projects. They're kind of impromptu and just for fun, and just so you can see the different parts of the process of putting these books together. So I will continue this live, but maybe I'll record a little video and show you guys the sewing part. I'll want to also sew. You don't have to, but I am going to sew or glue that flap down too. I wanted it to be decorative fold. So that will get glued down too. So watch on the page. Maybe I'll do a little reel, a little short video showing you that. And one of the next times I come live, we'll work on this salvaged journal. And I will send a Telegram message out, you guys, and say, okay, I'm going live in such and such a minute. You know, join me, and I'm working on the salvage journal. So if you want to get Telegram notifications of that, please make sure that you get on the Telegram Messenger service for me. I have my own channel there, and the instructions are in the description of this video. In fact, maybe I could just grab them real quick. Yeah, we have 3 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to grab my Telegram instructions or link so you guys know how to do that. I'm going to put it in the comments here. So if you want to get live alerts, and also beside live alerts, I send the girls, not every morning, but a lot of mornings, I'll send them a little good morning greeting. I send them photos of my family, like things going on in my house. I send them little motivational quotes every once in a while. So it's not just live text alerts. It is a channel where I send like project photos and behind the scene photos of my craft table at any given moment. So if you want that kind of information, I am putting the link to my Telegram channel in the description or in the comments with instructions on how to use it. Okay, so that's already there. Hey, Debbie in Plant City, Florida. Yes, Tamara, you're right about your needle. I always use a tapestry needle because I'm generally going through a thick amount of papers. So I use a tapestry needle, and they do come in different sizes, RJ. So that's a really good question. Again, check my Amazon store. I use a tapestry needle with, most of the time I use waxed thread. I use a spool of waxed thread, but you can use jute, you can use embroidery thread, you can use ribbon, you can tie your book together with whatever you want. But I generally use tapestry needles to answer that question. Hello, Cheryl. Patsy says, I need to make that ruler. It's fun to get inspired, isn't it? To see an idea and get inspired. Okay. Hi, Sarah. You caught the tail end. Well, you can watch the replay for sure. So if you're catching the replay, make sure you let me know in the comments. I would love to say hello to you. Let me know where you're coming in from. Be sure to follow the page. It helps us immensely, you guys. I'm not sure that you realize that even if you find it creative that you like and you can't support the page monetarily by sending stars or becoming a Facebook subscriber or joining their membership group, simply commenting, sharing and following the page is a fantastic way to help support us, because it introduces us to more people who very well may be in a position to purchase from us and help us support our families financially. So thank you for that. When you do those things, when you comment, when you share, and when you follow, we always appreciate that. Okay, that being said, Deb from Art and Grace is up next in the Craft Round the Clock group. So go get into the group and hang out with her for a while. I will see you guys next time. I appreciate you being here. Have a very blessed day.